I've been so many meetings. But we're planning a event in Shreveport, a big one. So
what's the big event in Shreveport?
Well, for Erzulie.
Yeah.
We're planning a big ass like party screening basically in Shreveport.
I'm just saying this because the audience doesn't know, Christine.
Say what?
I'm saying this because the audience doesn't know.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. Let's do the introductions and then I'll reveal all this.
Well, we already did the introduction, so just introduce yourself.
Oh, hey guys, Christine Chen still.
There we go. Episode 77, ladies and gentlemen.
Late for a reason, because I was just in a meeting to figure out the scheduling for our first major event for Erzulie. We're doing a line of screenings leading up to our VOD release in June, and one of the first events that we'll definitely have is in Shreveport, Louisiana. The reason for Shreveport is because the conception of everything making it possible was really because of Shreveport, Louisiana. And hi, Dakota.
Hey, Dakota.
And so we're making it. I'm like, the movie is a bonus. I want it to be a party. Like, it'll be fun for us. We want to get the community involved. If people don't know, LGBTQ is really big theme in Erzulie. We are going to have mermaids there, and that was my big requirement. My friend Stephen Knight, we just hired to help us throw the party, and he's awesome. And I was like, Stephen, whatever we do, there's got to be mermaids and lots of drinking involved. And yes, Dakota, we're going to try to do one in Austin. So the place that we want to do in really? Austin is Kitty Cohen is where I'm trying to do our other event.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because Kitty Cohen in the back place has a pool. So I'm going to just throw some mermaids in there. Yeah. So.
Just fucking throw them in there.
Everybody gets a mermaid.
Gets, mermaids.
There you go.
I'm going to just throw Leila in there. Yeah.
Leila,
That'd be fun. I could swim in my tail.
Exactly.
Wait, do you have your tail? No.
Yeah, I have the tail. It's right here.
Oh, you have the tail, Christine.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit. It's our traveling like souvenir thing that we're gonna like bring around to places. People can look at it.
Oh shit.
Like that. Yeah, but like I want it to be go to the coolest mermaid fun party and then like watch the movie is pretty great too, type thing. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yes, to be lit, Dakota. So unfortunately it's coming. Nothing is ever at a great time. So to have an event in May, you pretty much have to start planning now. Get sponsors, get venues and everything. And the next thing I was going to was technically not, I don't know if I still need to reveal this information to, I highly doubt my line producer is watching this, but I have temporarily accepted something in Morocco. So yes.
Oh shit.
So I'm aiding.
I'm so mad being half Moroccan.
Just put me in a suitcase.
Yeah, I know. I'm so mad being half Moroccan and I never been to Morocco at all. And she literally is going before I am. And whatever. I'm happy for you, Christine.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Hopefully, I'm like waiting for the deal memo and everything, and then I have to make it official, and then I have to go and reveal this. It sucks because I'm like everything's happening at the same time, right? So I'm like finally have like I have there's a great script in Austin, blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that, and then like Morocco, and I'm like, fuck yeah. It's all on the same days. I was like, please make it like accurate, please make it like anytime, but and of course it falls right on the dates. So
why do I have to have so many fucking rad jobs?
Yeah, why am I so badass that someone wants to send me to Morocco?
I know.
I'm like little violin.
Yeah, no, I had to take it. I mean, the first opening scene is like the scene in fucking Game of Thrones, so it's like 200 it's like 200 extras, people on horseback battling each other in front of a castle on some sand dunes. I'm like, yes. And they're doing it practically. So it's not green screen and shit.
That's fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So
That's
after
some
this, I'm
fucking
gonna be a
crazy
major
shit.
pro. Not that I'm not right now, but like you, it's gonna be a different level. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. But this is not about me. This is about Erzulie and about our
Oh my
awesome lead actress. So
Mm.
yes. Well, you surprise, June is when the film is coming out. And yeah, we're going to do a series of events leading to that. And I guess this is the first time we've really had a chance to like chat casually about the whole experience with the film and your thoughts on it, having seen it. Not you haven't seen the final one, but you've
No,
seen,
not the final.
yeah, you haven't seen the final, which there's things that have changed. Not, I'm trying to remember which version you saw, but things have changed. So not in a bad way, in a better way.
Was it like less than a year ago? I think
the last time you saw it was probably like 4 or 5 months ago, right?
Yeah, it was here in Austin.
right.
Yeah. So
that was the second time I'd seen it.
yeah. So yeah, so things have changed based off of feedback from that, from the different things and stuff. So everything is final, and it's kind of scary because it's like it's done. Like I just submitted it to the distributors, like it's done. And it's weird because I can't be like, oh, it's still work in progress, and like there's still tweaking. There's no fucking tweaking left. Like that's it. You get what you get. So hi Terry. But I'm excited about it. You are every single person who I've showed it to has been like, holy shit, the Mermaid's so awesome. And I was like, I know.
Thank you.
So everybody loves your performance. And
Thank you.
yes, and I love to tell a story of how, like, when I first saw your audition.
Yes, because that story gives me, I'm getting chills now because
because I was in the middle of a shit show of a show, ADing, and we were happening to be switching locations. So I think I stopped at a gas station because I had pee. And so while I'm like there, I'm like looking through, and this is right before Snowvid happened, I think. Right before.
Shit.
That was,
Yeah.
It was.
So a few days before Snowvid hit, when we officially shut off the production for a good week or two because pipes burst and people didn't have electricity. And so I'm going and I'm like looking through auditions, like, no. And then I like start watching and I'm just like, oh, and I'm like, go use the restroom, coming out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna replay that again. Holy shit. Yeah. And I was like texting people. I was like, Camille, Candace, like, is it just me and I'm delusional right now because I'm tired as fuck, but like, I think this is it. This is amazing. And then I forwarded it to Camille, to Candace, and then Camille was like, I don't care. She is it. Hopefully she can swim too. I was like, and I'm like, I know. And so it was very obvious. So like we had been looking and looking and looking. I was like, and like when your audition came up, it was like, holy like this is it. Yeah. So it was even more exciting when we saw you interact with our other folks that we knew were casted or were thinking about casting. And I loved especially your interaction with like Patrick and the comedic aspect of that.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So it's neat. You write it and you have this idea, but you don't know how close it will be to how you've written it and everything. And I remember like writing in the casting, I was like, where the fuck are we gonna find a mermaid that is, that fits Erzulie? And we knew we wanted POC, and we knew that we wanted it to be, voodoo inspired and all that stuff. I was like, where are we gonna find this person? Like, we just had no clue. And to think that like you came up in Austin, and
I know.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it was meant to be. Yeah. So I mean, how did you see the casting call? I can't remember. Did someone refer you to it, or did you happen to just see it? Yeah.
So, and it's funny that you say it was right around snow, because I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I was just kind of chilling because they were like, oh, the weather is going to be really shitty. Everyone go buy toilet paper or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So
Basically.
that shit was crazy. Like, people need to calm the fuck down. Like, that's why you get a bidet. I have a bidet.
Yes,
Level
I got
up.
a bidet.
Wash your
during-
ass, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
did? You did?
Yeah. That's what I did. I got a, yeah, I had to bidet. That's what happened during COVID. I was like, I'm getting a bidet. I've always liked bidets, but like that was COVID was my turning point for getting a bidet.
So great.
So.
It was so great.
Yes.
If Amazon sold dragons, I would have bought one during the season.
Yeah.
Because they
100%.
sold everything. But so I can't remember. I know I was doing other auditions for commercials, typical commercials. And I guess as an actress, a person of color, you already automatically know either you're going to be that one niche for the fucking commercial, or they're just not going to cast you. But you don't want to not do the audition. So it's kind of like, I already know I'm not going to get cast for this. So I was just kind of going through. And I remember Diana had sent me a message. She was like, hey, gorgeous, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing, just chilling, doing audition. She's like, I have something I really want you to audition for. And I was like, really, what's that? So she's like, I'm going to send it to you and then reach out to them. And I was like, okay. So she sent it to me and I'm like, this seems kind of badass. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'll try this. And it was interesting when I read what she'd sent to me, because it was like, I don't know if anyone else is going to take this part. I literally remember like burning sage and I was like, this role is mine. I was like, whatever I have to do, universe, I'm speaking this into existence. This is fucking mine. No one is taking this role from me. And I'm very serious about that. And so I remember doing the audition. And then when you wrote back, I was like, oh shit, that was quick. I was like, yay! I was super excited, but I just kind of kept my cool. I was super humble and quiet about it. But behind the scenes, I was like,
just happy dance all day.
Peanut butter jelly. Yeah. So excited. Because it really resonated with me. That and the fact that it was written by women, it's a women heavy cat. Like, it had so many different aspects that I'm like, finally, someone is putting in the work for something that everyone needs to see. So for me, it was like, ain't nobody taking this shit from me.
Yeah. Well, that was the biggest thing. It was just like, I wanted something where girls, preteen, teen, will watch at a sleepover and then continue to watch it when they're in their 20s and then in their 30s and their 40s, and like a cult classic, and be like, because it's about friendship, right? It's about being your do or die bitches together, like, okay, there's a dead body, we're going to figure out how to survive this together, So I don't know, I don't feel like there's enough content out there for women that are complex and interesting and aren't perfect and are very every character in our film has stuff they're dealing with, and a lot of people time again say there's a particular scene, I can't say it out loud because it would be a spoiler, where the generations are together and like it's beautiful. And I think what I'm talking about. Yes, like
I'm trying to like,
where there's several generations standing together.
Someone's knocking on my door. I'll be right back. Right back.
So there's one scene, but visually it's exciting and inspiring and stuff like that. And I don't think you really see that, And also, like, she's kind of a superhero, but supernatural, but like a folklore superhero. To an extent, right?
Yeah, that's one thing. That's another thing that really drew me to the script that I fell in love with, because it was very true. So it's, one, there's so many different reasons. One, there are no mermaids of color that I've ever seen. Ever.
Yes. In 2023, apparently Little Mermaid is coming. The live action Little Mermaid is coming out.
Yes.
So we are the first one.
That's right, motherfuckers.
We're the first POC mermaid. Yes,
don't watch
the adult version.
Exactly. Yes, I was gonna say little kids, I don't know if y'all ready for that. But that was really big for me. And then the fact, so when I Googled, like when I was doing my due diligence as an actress, let me see what, Erzulie, and she's true. Yes, she's a real Haitian voodoo goddess. They actually celebrate her. I didn't know, and that made so much more sense, and it had that much more meaning to it. The fact that it was it wasn't just this fictitious character that you guys just came up with. It is actually something. So for me, it was really important for me to do my diligence and my due diligence, and research it to give homage and respect to the Haitian goddess Erzulie herself. That's why I spent days, and I even found a coach to help me with dialect, and then also help me learn a little bit of Creole, Haitian Creole, specifically for the role.
Which is awesome. Yeah. Which what I loved, I really love that aspect that you brought to it, that I, when we were writing, never knew that we could possibly have that, when we wrote, when I came up with the concept, I don't know if I've ever told you the story. Kelly was there. We were at a pool. Yeah, I was at a pool. My car had, I just totaled my car, so I did not have a car. And my friend Chen, who is one of our donators for our film, let me borrow his car. And coincidentally, we were at his pool, and Kelly and I were like in the pool. And I was like, man, I really want to make a mermaid film. And then she was like, then we just started talking. And then I came up with some imagery and blah, blah, blah. And then that same day, I went and wrote a treatment for it. It was really easy to write because I had and it's funny because I found that the little 7-page short and read it. And I'm like, hey, it's pretty similar in terms of the structural of the story. The basis is there, but the concept of Erzulie definitely happened after when Camille came into the picture. We started to research and it was by luck that there actually was a goddess that we could latch onto that kind of melded together to create Erzulie. So
amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy how that all came to be. But yeah, it all started in a pool with some alcohol and Kelly. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, during the summer of I guess we finished this in 2021. So in the summer of 2020.
Yeah.
So in the summer of 2020, I think it's the summer of 20. Okay.
Wait, in the middle of the pandemic?
Yes. I think summer 2020, I wrote the concept and then shelved it. I even made a pitch and everything because I was trying to get the AFS grant to make the short of it. But I didn't get it. And I was like, well, we're not going to make this because like it's going to cost equal amount of money doing the short because the mermaid tail is just going to already be really, really expensive. So then I was like, okay, it's fine, whatever. And then I was approached by the people who are our distributors right now, giving us kind of like a little tidbit or not a tidbit. What would you call that? Like
a treatment?
Hint, a hint.
Oh,
like,
a
hey,
hint. Okay.
If you happen to have a film that's thriller horror aspect, we would be interested in like basically guaranteeing distribution because we know your work and like that's our specialty. Ooh. And I was like, okay, pivoting what I'm doing. So at this point, pivot because I'm very good at that.
You are
carpe diem, really good about it. Seizing moments and opportunities. And at that point, Camille and I were already co-writing, but we were trying to co-write a Christmas Hallmark film because we're like, you know what, fuck it. Let's just write something that's going to get sold so that we can actually make shit. And then like, maybe we'll sell that and then finally get to make like controlling our destinies, right? That was our big thing. Like, we're not waiting for people to give us a chance to direct and create our own content. Right. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, fuck, we got to pivot, Camille, we got to pivot. And so that was, I would say November when we got that tip was what the word I was trying, the little tip.
Oh, okay.
I was like, drop everything we're doing. We're going to have a final script by the end of the year. I was like, so we had 1 month to write this thing. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So one, obviously after that we continued to tweak, but like, that was our, like, we had a full-on feature script by the end of 2020. I think was what it was.
But you had the concept though in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer. Yes.
So you have technically had it written in your head like sort of
just the short though.
just a short. Gotcha.
Yeah, the short
Okay.
versus the feature. So I had a 7-page short that I had written in the
Right.
summer.
Oh, because when you went to them, yeah.
Yes, I visually knew what it would look like. I really wanted to tap into neo-noir, and I love like the Stranger Things type of vibe. I knew like look wise where I wanted to go. The camp used to be a motel. That's where it originally was set, like a cool like retro
Really?
type motel.
Wow.
Yes, and then the like in a small town motel, and then like that's where James and so there all that was in there. But but the pulling Camille and everything, we got the thing written and it was done, and I had pitched it at the end of 2020, and then they were like, yeah, we love it. And I was like, well, fuck it, now we got to raise money.
Right. Yeah.
Oh God. And so I broke down the script, and we just started pitching. And then, as people might know following the podcast, the ups and downs of fundraising, but then we hit our goal on April 1st, and then we were in production, and
Wasn't
then
a joke.
we wrapped on May 17th. Yes. Is that crazy? And so now it's not even been a year technically, and it's coming out. Yeah. So in June, it will have hit a year. It will be a year by then, because May 17th is when we wrapped technically, and our film is coming out. And
yeah, but you guys were freaking beast mode though, because after every time we shot, and this is something for everyone to pay attention to how much of a beast mode she is, all of that footage went to an editor who I never saw, by the way, until it was lunchtime.
Yeah. Colby.
He'd come out once, and he'd like get his food and be like,
he was in his sweatshop editing.
Gone. After every time we were done with our footage, it would go straight to him. So they were like editing and cutting every single day after they were shooting. To what I thought, I was like, this little editing troll here or something? Like,
yeah, it's our little gnome, just in the closet. Our editing gnome. Yeah, our elf. Yeah, and then
shout out to Colby. We love Colby.
Yeah, Colby is like
Colby is a shit. And what people didn't know would be like, after everybody, let out their rage at night and like went and hung out, and I would participate in that. I would go to Colby's house or his little closet and be like, hey, let me watch what you edited today. And I watched what we did, and which would prep me to know what footage we needed extra, or like pickups and stuff like that. That's why everybody thought I went rogue the last day of filming, when I was like, these are the 10 shots we need that are not on the schedule. And people were like,
went
what?
fucking rogue. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I know. I scare the shit up, and
Adam's
probably
like,
frustrated multiple
I was
people.
shitting bricks that day,
I was like,
because
just trust me.
I couldn't even talk to Reese. I couldn't even talk to Kelly that day. Like, it was just like, we were like locked and fucking loaded. Like, I would even make jokes, and you know how fucking silly I am, Leila.
Yeah.
Like, I would just crack some jokes, and they would just laugh. And even Kelly would just look at me, and she'd be like,
no,
and I'm like, all right,
now.
I get it.
Christine's gone rogue, and I
get it.
And I apologize, but no, I'm not either, because I had a reason for it. You know? So
and we talked about it a full episode on this.
I knew exactly why I needed those, because I was like, I am not coming back to this property if my life depended on it. Yeah,
the property was just a nightmare. Yeah,
it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's still a nightmare. And I'm like, I am going to get every single freaking shot I possibly can, and like, these are the ones. And so like, Carly was like, everybody hated me at this point, because it was just like, they're tired, and I'm like throwing like 10 different scenes. There weren't scenes, there were pickups, but like, I had to walk people off the ledge. Yeah, but it was like, we need this shot right here outside of the pool with this flashlight, and then it goes to the sign, and then Joel would be like, I don't know why we're doing this, like, why are we doing this? And I'm like, just do it. Yeah. And like, we don't have, and then Stryker would be like, I don't think we have enough time, and I'm not sure, and I'm like, yeah, we do.
We do, and we're gonna.
Like, yes, we do. This is how long it's gonna take. And then while that's doing that, that's also setting up. I was in like double time AD, like crazy, like mode, get it done mode. And just wanted to point out Midnight Preachers, whose music is in our film, just said, hey guys, great job on the movie. And thanks for putting the crow in here. Such a challenge to get a movie made. Hoping to meet you all on the screen. Yes. So
shout out. Awesome.
their song Crow is in the credits, as well as the scene with when Wendy and Ari are driving back from going to the gas station. So yes, it's over the radio when they're driving.
Fun. Okay.
Yes. So yes, your music is in there, and it's the last song in the credits sequence, so that people will remember. Yes, it's beautiful, beautiful, and thank you so much for letting us have your music in our film. Yeah. So yeah. But okay, so you got casted, and then we're like, and it's gonna be in the swamp, and you're gonna be really cold, and all this bullshit. Like, what did you think?
That was nuts.
Well, okay, so here's the thing is like, I guess it's just my personal drive as an actress, and it could fail me, so hopefully it won't ever do it. I'm all about, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I need to do so that you can get your shot.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what do I need to do for you to get your shot? So I mean, it's one thing when you say, oh, you're going to be cold, you're going to be in the water. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Until you actually get there, then you're just like, you got to suck
like,
that shit.
Oh my God, hurry.
Oh yeah, not only are you cold, she couldn't pee. She was
oh
sealed.
yeah, oh fuck.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Leila was glued into the tail. Glued.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I couldn't just like peel it off because it would literally rip my skin off because it was like medical glue.
Yeah, it's
that
medical
was crazy.
Glue.
Holy God.
Medical, waterproof, whatever special glue.
Yeah.
But you were sealed into the tail. So like you're like, shit, I have to pee, but I can't. Or I'd be peeling, I would be sitting in my pee, basically. Yeah.
Everybody was like, just piss in the pool. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I can't do that. Because what if they have that shit where your water turns blue or whatever and everyone knows I pissed?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So like,
then you're gonna be that person. Yeah.
I was like,
no, you can't.
Too many cameras.
Too many cameras. We can document this. I'm not gonna do it.
Like, oh shit, the mermaid pissed. And then I would be like,
oh shit, the mermaid pissed.
And then I would have to like murder everybody on set.
How
was
do
so
mermaids pee? Has that ever been
I don't know. But I remembered. So, go ahead, Leila.
So if you Google it, a friend of mine actually Googled it, and it's fucking weird. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Tell me.
Like if you Google mermaids, they have like this tiny little hole pouch thing. It's like a flat thing that opens and it just kind of goes out. It's fucking weird. Just don't do it.
Oh.
It's weird. It
totally
makes me
doing it. I'm totally gonna do it.
Done.
Yeah, everybody go Google how
weird.
Mermaids pee.
Yeah, a friend of mine looked it up and she's like, there's like this pouch. And I'm like, a what? She's like, yeah. She's like a horse. What is it? I can't even think of a seahorse.
Oh,
you know,
and it just kind of opens up.
Yeah. And then it just like doo. You know. So if you're warm in the water, you know, you just got pissed on.
By a mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like everything was leading to that moment. That was the moment of truth. The first time. The pool mermaid. There's a scene in a pool. That's not a giant spoiler alert. You just I mean, obviously the mermaid's gotta be in the water somewhere, but that's the first time we ever see Erzulie in mermaid form, and it was magical, but it was a whole thing too, because it's like, I mean, you gotta describe it. I mean, you're coming out of the water and you gotta look beautiful, but you said like snot was coming out and that you're like there's water everywhere and like
you got your eyes up your nose and you're snorting it.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so my fear was so I remember you were like, okay, I want you to do it like a gradual thing, like your eyes slowly come up. And so I was like, like in the water. Plus I had the tail, so my feet couldn't move. So my feet were literally like, it was the weirdest thing. And then my knees.
Oh, right. Yeah, you couldn't move your feet.
Slowly, and man, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm glad I did squats because that's
your legs were on fire.
Yes, I had to like slowly lift up my legs just to get my head out. And then there's like bubbles and smoke, and I was just like, oh because it was like going straight up my nose, and I was like, I was like, this is not sexy. Oh my God. I was like, this is not sexy.
I remember you being like, I don't feel powerful and beautiful. I feel like, I'm like, you look good though. Just you look awesome. Yeah.
I was like, all right, if it looks good, then I'll just keep it. And they were just like, just constant snot. I was just like, and like, oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. It's so gross. I'm so sorry.
I felt so bad, like standing there too, because sometimes I would see, and the other talent too, Zoe, Diana, Courtney, like they would all be there, like kind of cheering you on, like you look great, you're doing great, and you're like, like he's like came back into the water. All right, picture up, roll sound, roll camera.
Well, the water, I'm actually really glad because the water wasn't cold, because I remember. First of all, the procession of people, if you guys know, that had to carry me out of hair and makeup.
Mermaid crew.
The Mermaid Squad.
Yeah,
it's in the credits. The Mermaid Squad.
The Mermaid Squad.
That was so great. Oh my God.
Like 6 people, right?
Yeah,
people
they had me like wrapped in a blanket. I was just like, thank you.
Yes, I wish we had more pictures of that. Yeah, it was like 6 people carrying
Leila
in the tail.
Oh,
because
yeah.
once she's in. She can't, like, you don't move in that thing. She's sealed in it, and like
that means no bathroom breaks.
No bathroom, no, can't move
Jesus
anywhere,
Christ.
and it's the 6 people just like walking over
corralling
to the pool and like putting her in there, yeah. And so
they put me in the back of the gator, and my tail was like
flapping.
I was like flapping it because it was so much fun. Everyone was laughing.
You were a fish out of water.
Little fish out of water.
So great.
Fish out of water. Yeah. But I just remember being like, okay, this looks good. Like this is gonna work. And I mean, it was that was one of our most stressful days, because it was the first time we had dealt with you in your full gala, type thing. First time. I wasn't sure. I mean, everybody was stressed out because we weren't sure, like, one, pool lights working, not working, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
2,
I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. And then the mermaid, whether I mean, Roxy's got her shit, but like that doesn't mean I'm not going to be still freaking out internally. I'm sure she was freaking out. I mean, we did test. Luckily, we did test.
Yeah.
Which for anybody who wants to do a mermaid film in the future, have a lot of money, do tests. So we did tests, but just like, oh, well, things stay on. And I remember having multiple panic moments before coming on to the property, being like, oh shit, like is all her makeup going to wash off? And then like, are the prosthetics going to stay on? And Roxy was like, do you think I'm not a professional? Yeah.
He was so
Just say my first rodeo, lady.
That's why my makeup budget is so high. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, but every film, there will be a moment when everything like clicks, and I'm like, every single thing I'll realize that I wasn't worrying about becomes a worry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every single
flood
film,
of problems.
There will be a moment like that. It'll be like, I'm calm, and then one day I'm like, fuck, everything's wrong. Like, come on, we're gonna do this. Oh, do it, type thing. That's when everybody on the team knows to be like, it's fine. I already did that. That's fine. It's fine. Yes, that's also done. Yes, I haven't thought about that, but we're gonna do that. But so they all know, like they'll know when that moment comes, because that's me typing at like 2 a.m. to Kelly, who's like trying to sleep, being like, Kelly, did you buy this? Did you get this? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll like answer my questions simultaneously while I'm also asking her those questions. So I was like, hey, did you
daily
buy?
basis.
Don't worry, I bought that. Did you? Yeah. So there's a moment. So it's the same thing with Roxy. It was like, there was a moment when I was just like full on freak out about like the mermaid stuff work,
Mm-hmm.
And so to see that, like the magic of it, and you're coming up and just looking beautiful, was like so cool. There's one picture we have not released and cannot release until the film comes out. That is my favorite picture that Elizabeth actually took with her phone, but it's me talking to you on the edge of the pool, and I'm like, and you're in full mermaid regalia and stuff like that, and it's just this is cool because like you're so beautiful and I'm like I look like a director and it looks like I'm doing something of value. And I don't know, it's just it's neat because like without Erzulie, I mean that the title of the film is Erzulie, right? So if that fell through, our whole film concept would not work. But it works so well, and like so many people have commented that that's like literally their favorite part is watching. Anytime you're on screen watching you may not say a damn word in certain parts, but like they love watching you. And I think to an extent, which was really fun, one of the comments was like, she is too likable. She is so likable. Like I know she's supposed to be this murderer, like killer creature, but I think she's got such a personality that I like her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
they're rooting Erzulie like rocket.
they're rooting for you, even though you're this murdering bitches left and right. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I was around the girls, so they liked me because I was around the girls. When I was around the girls, I was chill. You know, I don't have to murder anybody right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you fuck with me or my girls.
Yeah.
Exactly. Any toxic dude just walking by,
toxic
fuck their
dude,
shit up.
You gone. Yeah. So but that was that scene, and then the scene when we had you in the tail inside the house is some of my favorite shots are from that.
Yeah, lots of lube, people. Lots of lube.
Yes.
I heard. Yeah.
I remember Roxy because oh my God, they were putting on my prosthetics, and that took that was like a 5-hour thing, which is pretty cool because that woman heard everything about my life at that point. She's so amazing. She knows my whole life. Like when you're in hair and makeup for that long, you just tell everybody everything. So I remember like she came in one day and there was like 5 boxes of KY, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on in this set? Laughed so hard she couldn't even like talk because she was just like, oh fuck. And I'm like, no, for real. I walk in here and there's 5 boxes of lube. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Is there something I don't know?
I was like, does this have to do with anybody on set that's a grip? Because you already know grips are
they could be some nasty motherfuckers. Yeah.
God, it was so like, what are we doing with that? And then when she finally was like, stop crying, she's like, putting it on your tail. I was like, ooh, that's nasty. She's like, we have to make it look swampy. And I was like, but that's nice. And so like when everybody
it makes a difference.
Yeah, everybody was like,
yeah, it's nice and shiny. Yeah,
it did. It worked.
It smells like a doctor's office.
Makes you look slimy, which is exactly what you want. Like this, like slimy, like that. You're also creating like a natural slime type thing too. Yeah, which is real cool. It looks great on camera. Yeah, I was gonna ask something, but I totally. Oh, was this the longest that you've sat in a makeup chair so far, or
honestly ever? This was my first ever creature feature ever. I've never been in a makeup chair that long. For me, it was therapeutic. It was strange. She should be a psychologist. Everything was like beautifully set and neat. It had our names on it. I had my own little box.
Oh, Roxy doesn't fuck around.
Oh yeah, Roxy.
Yeah. It was man. She had like human, evil bitch mermaid and then regular mermaid, like in different boxes. And I was like, damn, this lady's got her shit. Man, it was awesome.
Fudge. Yeah. No, she's been with me for so long. Yeah. So Roxy, our makeup artist, and also my roommate.
Friend of the podcast.
Yes, friend of the podcast, my roommate in LA. We knew each other when we knew shit. That's why it's very special. She is extremely special because she followed me when like I literally did not know. Had no business making movies because I didn't know what I was doing type thing, and still like blindly trusted me, and like now we have each other's back. But she's done almost every single film that I'm able to bring her on for.
She's exceptionally talented. Like, yes. And the thing that I love about it, being that was the first time that I had, and this is what, hold on, I even love the first week that we were there when we were actually chill and everyone was actually able to play around and
talk to each other.
Yeah. When we all sat in that one room and we were all just like chilling and talking, and everybody had asked, they were like, Christine, how do you know me? And I was like, well, you don't know me yet. It was like myself and like one other person. And they're like, oh, you'll learn.
You'll
Christine
learn.
will learn you and she'll tell you. But it was great. It really was. I loved it because and then Roxy she was amazing because the fact that she was so careful and delicate. She's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah, you're fine. She's like, I've never dealt with anyone that's so just like okay with. I'm like, yeah, girl, this is fun for me. You're making me into a creature. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
That's
you
good.
definitely do more. Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah. Well, I didn't know how, I mean, theoretically in my mind, I'm like, this should work, but like, you don't know until you're in it, and everybody's different with how it would be in the, chair. I didn't know. My extent of like creature stuff was watching some behind the scenes of like other films that do creature things. I knew it would take forever to be in the chair and stuff like that, but like that day with the finale, I know that was like, so tell me about that. That was an intense day. You were dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was. Fuck. That was okay. So that was overnight.
Oh, like true overnight.
It was overnight.
Like,
Yeah.
Like we started at 5 p.m. and then
Yeah.
we have till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
The fucking sun was coming up.
6. We started at 6, and our limiting factor was the sun coming up. That was our limiting factor, basically. Yeah. And Joel like freaked me the fuck out because he'd be like, the sun's coming out soon. The sun is coming out. And I'm like, we gotta get the shot. Yeah.
Okay. So the last day, it's like for me, it's mutual. It's like, oh my God, that was a lot. And oh my God, that was amazing. So to me, it fused because it was hell from being in the sand because we had to be, the water was so cold. It was like,
yeah, there's no pool now. We're not in the pool.
No, it's yeah.
It was a literal swamp. I don't remember how fucking cold it was, but I remember Greg getting in and he was like, oh shit, hold your tits because it's cold. I'm like, fuck you, you're in a wetsuit. I'm like, you're in a wetsuit. Don't tell me
Shout
that.
out to Greg. I love that guy. Holy shit.
He's amazing. He's super fun. But yeah, so the water, oh my God. I had to like scream to like Brit to get in the water.
Yeah. And I felt bad because like when I wrote it, and to be fair, I guess when I did those films that had shot there back to back I guess it was June. So I didn't know that the water temperature would change that drastically because it was warm when I first ran into that water and then decided that I wanted to sail.
Yeah, and then it rained though. It rained like crazy.
Rained.
So
yeah, did not think about any of that.
That was crazy writing. Though. I remembered like seeing Leila like in the water, just like absolutely shivering, and I was just like, it felt bad because we were all just standing around. I was standing next to Reese, and I was like, hey man, should we like grab towels or something? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know when we're gonna shoot. I don't know when they're gonna roll. So I don't want to fuck this shit up, going into the water with the towel, and then, all right, Reese, get the fuck out. Like we can't. We know how to help.
And you guys had your hands full. You guys were trying to catch barrels from being dragged.
Reese, Reese and Kelly dived into the water, and that was nuts because there was a slight current too, and these fucking people just like jumped so far into the water where the current is literally picking up, and just to get a fucking barrel. And I'm just like, I love the dedication, but oh my God, don't die. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
It is crazy because it's like when I wrote it, it wasn't supposed to be like that. When I wrote it, I was like, hey, like I had ran into this river, drunk, and I survived.
As most location scouting.
I was fine. And I was like, yeah, so because I ran into it inebriated, then that means that it's safe, that was my reasoning. This is how smart I am. Yeah, so I was like, let's just write a whole thing. I didn't think like, hey, it's nature. So, it might rain, it might flood, it might, you may not even see the beach that you put your entire film on.
Smart move. I'm grabbing my charger because I just saw you with the charger.
Yeah, same. Yeah. That's why I'm like, because my phone is like,
oh,
yeah. So I'm trying to, there we go. Yeah, so that was the whole thing. But we made it work. but it was in a swamp. And
was in a swamp.
It's fun now though, just to tell people like, yeah, we had water safety, and we also, which also doubled as the alligator and snake patrol as well.
Oh my God, Greg.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so great, like seeing him pop out of the water when he was like underwater for like 2 minutes too long.
When he disappeared, and we were like,
yeah.
Oh,
everybody thought it was like, well, that's the end of Greg.
died.
So
yeah, there was one.
Great.
I know exactly which day you're talking. There was one particular day when Greg had to essentially be under the water to hold one of our boats, our little, like, we have a little like tiny dinghy or whatever you call it. Yeah. Because where we were shooting wasn't actually a river. It was just flooded. So it looked like a river. Yeah. But so the boat was in like this amount of water that you can't tell. And the only way to get the boat to move in the direction we wanted was to have somebody back there controlling it. And which was our water safety guy, Greg. And the problem was that he was so fully submerged into the water, he couldn't hear. So when we cut, he didn't hear that we had cut. And so, and then hear any of us. So then I was like, oh shit, Greg died.
I thought he died too. I was like, oh my God. Because we were like, Greg!
We're like, Greg!
He's just underwater, like, oh, Greg!
It was just like several seconds too long.
To screw up the shot. That's all he said. He was like, I don't want to screw up the shot.
Yeah, I yelled.
Which is
Greg.
dedication.
So
my
everybody
man,
yelled Greg for many minines, and we're like, did he really get maybe eaten?
The
by
swamp took him now.
Yeah, because it was nighttime. We didn't see shit. Yeah, that was a problem. We couldn't see anything, and so I was legitimately scared. I was like, oh no, somebody got eaten by an alligator, and I didn't know.
Oh shit. That was one thing that I was terrified about. Like, oh shit, what the hell? Hold on. Technical difficulties. I'm like, where do I put this?
It's okay.
Sideways.
I just was, that was funny. And he's like, he pops out. Thank God you're alive. He's like, I was just looking at the stars. And I just didn't hear you guys. I was like, Greg, I thought you died. Yeah.
Yeah, not cool. I mean, that scared me. But I don't know. To answer your question, the last night was super brutal because it was so cold. And then I do have to say, I was actually really proud of myself because the water was so cold. When you said action, I stopped shivering. Like, I literally forgot where I was, what I was doing, and I became Erzulie. And the minute you were done, then I was like,
oh shit, I'm cold.
A little bit, but then I was like, but yeah, and then we like got drug into the sand with Courtney and I.
That's
and we
crazy.
That last piece, so I had sand all in my hair. And then I knew when I was done, when everybody wrapped that night, I wasn't done because they had to take all the prosthetics off, and that took probably about an hour and a half. Maybe, but they also had nails. I had nails on, and before we didn't have the nails. So it took that much longer to get the nails off. And I remember them wrapping me up like a Hershey Kiss in like the little metal looking thing. And they were like throwing towels on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they were just like, just go in the shower and try to, and it took forever to get the sand out. And I remember feeling so bad because I wanted to go hang out with everyone, like enjoying like, hey, we're done. But I was so dead. Like, I was literally like, I was hungry. I was exhausted. I was cold. I had sand in everywhere. I was just like, I want to lay down. And I remember
saying our audio is echoing. Is it better now? Just hopefully our audio is.
I am not echoing. My audio is the most supreme audio that this world has to offer.
It might have been a
so there's no way.
Yeah, hopefully it's okay now.
It's not good to me.
It's not you, Leila.
And I'm like monitoring my mixer right here, and I don't see shit. So
okay, good.
I think we're okay.
Yeah.
It is you. I'm kidding.
It's always me. But no, that day was. I'm glad. It's funny how it all works out well, or it all works out for a reason. but our finale wasn't even supposed to be on the finale day.
No,
It was
I remember that.
supposed to be, yeah, we were supposed to have shot the finale, I believe, in the middle of the last week. Or maybe it was early.
It was the beginning of the final week. Yeah.
Right, was what we were supposed to, but it kept getting, we had to keep pushing it because it rained and then the water levels went up and then it would be sunny and we'd be like, oh cool, we can shoot tomorrow. And then for some reason it would be opposite of what we thought it would be, because the water level like increased even though it was perfectly sunny, but because the water was coming from a different state or some upstream area, so like they had gotten rain, so then the water levels increased even though it was perfectly sunny outside. So like we kept you would think that the water levels increasing wouldn't be a big deal, but the issue was that it ate the beach that the finale was set for. And so not only that, it was a safety hazard because the current was really, really, really fast. And there's all our characters end up in the water, and that's just a lot of safety issues and stuff like that. So so we had to keep pushing back, and I'm just glad that it was on the finale was shot on finale day. It was. Yes. Because I think by that time we had gone through it all, everybody was excited, so there was a new energy, right? Of a default energy that I don't think we would have had in the middle of the last week when we're all like tired as fuck and just wanted to get over with, type of thing. So like it was this like it was the finale, and everybody just wanted to like go out with a bang, and it was a bang. It was the finale was the part I think that I was the most worried about logistically.
Oh, there was so much. I can't even imagine what went through your freaking head. Yeah,
because it wouldn't be a problem if we had like a huge budget and could do what we wanted to do and blah blah blah. But the thing is, like, I've never done. Oh,
yeah,
there it goes again. I never done a. Okay, so because it's after an hour, that's why.
Oh, it only lasts for an hour.
We'll just start it again.
Ooh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
I was like, lame.
I was
like, what kind of rude shit is this? Disrespectful.
No, because I have it.
Okay. Oh, cool. Just make sure to save it or post it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start it again.
Go ahead.
5. There we go. So I never done an action. I did very small little action scenes, but not to the extent of Erzulie's action scene. I never done any kind of special, we would call it special effects of any sort. Obviously, never really worked water-wise to that extent. And there was a lot of firsts. So it was hard to tell whether it would be successful or not successful, because everything was like theoretical, because I'd never done any of the things that we're about to try, in this.
Yes, Christine. Oh no.
Oh, we can't hear you.
This is awesome. Christine, you're in a permanent suspension of your frame, because now we can't see you. Are you back on Instagram, Leila?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'll hit this.
Oh, your computer shut down, Christine? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh no! Now she's gone.
All right, Zoom. Christine, you gotta join back and start up your computer.
What are we looking at?
I'm looking at Christine on my Instagram live, and I don't know why.
I was like where the camera was. I was like, ooh, what is that? I'm nosy. I'm like, I wonder what I'm looking at.
Where are you? Yeah, I can hear you, but you're not on Facebook. I could barely hear you because I don't want it echoing into my mic. Christine's on Instagram Live.
I see her on Instagram.
She's asking you to join, Leila, but you're here, right?
Circle. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. I don't know if I can hear her though. She's uh-huh. I hear you.
I think.
Oh, sorry, my computer decided to shut down finally. So I'm trying to get onto our Zoom meeting.
Can you go back into the Zoom call?
Adam's like,
Excuse me. Hello, Earth to Christine.
Sorry.
We're waiting on you.
Coming.
that's what she said.
8th grade all over again.
Oh my God.
If it hasn't been said already, Leila, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
rolling through the punches of technical difficulties because we're still apparently amateurs with podcasting. So who knew?
Oh. Just fine, darling. Just fine.
But we love to have you here again. You're a friend of the podcast now, Leila. So you got to come back, and you have free reign to come whenever you want. You just be like, Adam, send me the Zoom link now. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yay! I see her.
Christine's back.
I'm back.
Yay!
Goodness gracious.
I know my computer decided that it had enough of me.
Did you not charge it? Like, did it just shut off?
No, it was fully charged, and it just like I just see my computer go black, and then it was like restarting. I'm like, why? Did I tell you to do that? I didn't tell you to do that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, welcome back, Christine. So we were talking about the finale of
Yes.
Of Erzulie and how effing crazy logistically and cold it was.
Oh yeah.
And we had
Without
to
giving
fight
stuff.
for the sunlight that was going to come because we were just a bunch of crackheads staying up all night trying to get those shots in, So
Yeah.
that's tough. It's so tough. And Leila being in the water for literally the entire time. It's crazy that like you didn't like get permanent shrinkage, like because you're just in the water and just like shivering for so long.
I don't know. I mean, because I remember when they first put me in the water, the current was too strong. It was taking me with the tail. Like I couldn't stand because it was like, yep, nope.
Whoa,
And so
really?
I
so
remember
we had
that.
to unzip. I think we had to unzip because I was glued in, so I couldn't take it off.
Mhm.
So we had to
Oh.
unzip, and then I could kind of put my legs out in the water to somewhat stand at least. And I
Right.
literally had to dig my feet in the mud. When I stood in the water, I'd have to dig my feet in the mud so that I wouldn't be taken away because my tail was still behind me.
Right.
So it was still going with the current. So I had to kind of like anchor myself. But
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have to like brace every single scene. So like, man,
Mhm.
your core must be on fire that day because you're
I
just
mean,
like
I did my
flexing the
workout.
entire
Yeah.
time. Dang,
Right.
dude. The fittest
I have like an
person
Erzulie
on set.
workout. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
like a goddess workout.
the thing is, she also had to do stuff that wasn't natural, like because it
Yeah.
looks good in the water, So luckily we had a chance to kind of practice a little bit in the pool, but like the way Erzulie would attack people needed to look a certain
Oh,
way.
yeah,
Yeah, so that it would read for the camera as well. And then on top of that, we've got like smoke machines going, and then like
Oh yeah.
it was and then strobing lights, which wasn't great for people with epilepsy.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Joel has that, so like then it was driving him up the wall, so it was a lot. Yeah.
And Greg was like in a hole, like a random hole, making sure no fish or anything tried to murder me because my tail was.
Yes, and we had an excavator with somebody tied to it,
Oh,
like
yeah.
being lifted in and out of the water. Like
That was so scary. When I
It
saw
was
that, I was
nuts.
I had to walk away. Like I told Kelly, I was like, hey, I got some art department shit I got to break down from previous set. I'm just going to go. And she was like, leave.
Yeah, looking at that rig setup, I was like, what the you know
I
what?
was so scared.
I ain't up on that thing. He wasn't, you know.
You're not gonna
But
find me
that's
there.
strategy. You cast a stunt coordinator as a character, and then they want to look cool, so they'll do whatever they can because they're not going
So
to
true.
jeopardize their own life. So
Facts.
yeah,
Yeah. Facts.
like I couldn't get anybody else to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like he because it was him, and he was the coordinator. Then like he was willing to push the limits for himself, but in a safe way that he knew was safe because he wasn't going to like screw himself over, right?
Right.
So no, but that was so hard.
It was a hard day, but like the entire set though was truly an absolute blast. You know, of course, like there were like days where it just felt like it was fucking long and it was just crazy nonstop. Like we got to keep moving, we got to keep going and shit like that. But
it was so much fun. So like mad props though to Christine, seriously, for putting people on set that you trust. And it definitely shows because I didn't see behind the scenes with you guys. So I don't know if there's some shit going on where somebody wanted to kill somebody.
There was some shit going on. I'm kidding.
I mean, but from what I saw, it literally collectively worked as a well-oiled machine. Like it was great.
Yeah.
Everyone loved each other. Everyone did their job. Everyone was helping those when they could. And I felt like $1 million because it was so sweet. Like Cam was like, "Hey, do you need anything?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fine, Like I'm fine." they're like, "Who has Layla's shoes? We need to get to set. Where are her sandals?" And then like we're doing stunt coordinating, and I have my fucking phone on, and all you hear is like a goat right when you were like, "And action." So we start to do the stunt, and then all of a sudden I hear, "And," I'm like, "Oh shit, can you silence my phone?" And he's like, just little stuff like that was so funny. Oh god, it was.
It would not have been possible without the team. Like it was a very good team. It was a team that had each other's back. That where after all the shit that we dealt with, we could still at the end of the night have wine and beer and sit around and still want to hang out and talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that's when we're all okay and we're good, like in the moment, sure, people are gonna be stressed out, we might snap at each other here and there, we might cry or whatever, but like at the end of the night when you can still be like, okay, I just spent the entire effing day with you, but I'm cool with spending 5 more hours with you just decompressing, that's when like, okay, we're gonna be fine, right? Because I've definitely been on sets where I'm like, I can wait to get the out of here and I don't want to see you guys again, or like I'm done, I just want to go home type thing. But this one was just like, hey, let's go and sit on the patio and talk about how stupid we are.
Exactly. It was awesome. And plus that was my first time in Louisiana, so it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was. And then walking Bourbon Street, my guy and I, when we went to Bourbon Street, was just amazing, and the music and the food. And he even told me, he was like, "Babe, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here with you." And I'm like, "All right." I was like, "Shout out Louisiana, you got my back."
Yeah, that's right.
It was awesome.
I never been to New Orleans either, or New Orleans at all, ever. I've been to Nolens. I've only been to Shreveport, and to experience all that, it's pretty fucking awesome. It's a great little place, and it's so like vibrant in energy and culture and all that. I wouldn't have thought that either. It's like, oh, TV shows that, it's pretty cool, I guess, but then when you actually experience it, you're like, holy shit, this is actually real. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So
it's awesome.
I don't know,
man. Awesome shit.
We gotta do another shoot in Louisiana. Hopefully not a swamp.
I loved it.
I loved it too.
No more swamps.
No. Yeah.
I already told everybody. I promised that there would be no swamps. No
graveyard this time. We're like graveyard this time.
Well, I am channeling like a cool place like Hawaii or something like that. That's what
I mean,
somewhere tropical and cool. because there is going to be sequels. It's written for that. They're gonna like, whoopsies. There's going to be like, we're gonna go to faraway lands because who knows which beach Erzulie washed up.
Right. And somebody needs to get got. So she's not gonna stay in one place. Like this motherfucker needs to be
She's
murdered.
got family everywhere. So
Right.
yeah. So we're gonna go other places, but it's not gonna be the swamps again. I'm like, we're not doing the swamps. We did it. We paid our dues. So
that's awesome though, to have it in a different location. It'd be like Erzulie International Woman or Mermaid of Mystery.
That is the
awesome.
Mermaid of
is
Mystery.
international. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll go to Morocco on this trip and be inspired. Yeah. So
Okay. I was gonna say, like, wait. I mean, there's not much water in Morocco, I don't think.
I mean, yeah, it's on the tip.
it's on
the tip. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. It is. But listen, I would love to travel around, keep doing this shit. That would be crazy.
That would be fun. I got my passport.
yeah, everybody
Gotta get mine.
Do you not have a passport?
You don't have one?
No, I never traveled out of the country ever.
Go
ever.
get a passport.
Yeah, get one just to have it.
Yeah, I probably should. But we had a whole episode where I don't like traveling. I honestly like hate travel. Yeah, I know. So many. You don't know how much shit I got from that episode, Christine, by saying that traveling's overrated, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're overrated." And I'm like, listen.
Just eat the right gummy, and you'll be fine when you travel because you won't.
So, yeah, and it's not the fact that like I have a fear of planes. It's just the whole like, take off your shoes. Let's go through the metal detector. You got to show up 5 hours early. You got to do this.
I don't do that.
I don't do 5 hours early.
I have TSA pre-check, and global entry, so I don't take anything off.
Yeah, but
you're
talking to a dummy. You're talking to an idiot.
Well, no, you are not. Do not manifest that. We will educate.
You just need to be educated. Exactly. Yeah, you just need to be educated.
Well, and also so every time I go to the airport, I don't know why. I don't make this shit up, but every time I go to the airport, I always get screened. They always stop me, pull me to the side. I know. Ever since I turned 19 years old, and when I just like started flying, not all the time, but when I do fly out of Oakland, when I'm from there, I would always get screened, and I never understood why. And my dad, being Moroccan, he was just like, well, I mean, you have a beard and somewhat long hair. White people don't know. So they're just gonna pull you to the side. He was like, they're just gonna pull you to the side. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. You know, you might semi look Taliban. I don't know. And I was like, but I am just an idiot. I'm from Oakland and I'm so white trash. Like in my body, like my blood is filled with Taco Bell nachos. Like, you know, like it's
Taco Bell sounds good.
Taco Bell smacks all the time.
Okay, so what's with that? Can someone please explain this young people talk shit with everyone's like, oh, no cap, meaning no lie. When the fuck did that happen? And now I'm hearing no slap. Or what was it? What did you just say?
It smacks. Yeah. It smacks. Yeah. It's so good. It just, you know.
I hate people. See, this I don't know where you're coming up with.
This new generation's gonna die.
God. It's gonna be like the Hunger Games where people are saying weird shit and it's supposed to mean something completely different. It smacks. Yeah. I'm like, not the reciprocal or whatever.
I'm a kid born in 1994, a chock full of ADHD.
94?
So yeah, chock full of ADHD and tubby. Yes, I still am standing by the fact that traveling, I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. Not because of TSA and all that shit, but also like when I'm on a plane, I've definitely been on a plane where there's just a crying baby who just fucking nonstop. Like it was a 2.5 hour flight. I don't know where, but like the baby didn't stop for 2.5 hours. Didn't stop. I'm like, God damn, the pipes on this baby is fucking crazy. That's nuts. I never seen a baby cry for that long. I thought maybe half an hour, the baby will calm down.
Was the mom asleep? Was
The
the mom
mom-
asleep or
The
something?
mom Layla was just sitting there like as if the baby is not having a blood curdling, screaming, crying, like as if the baby's dropped in the seventh circle of hell and just fucking crying her eyes out. And
This is
clearly,
why I fly first class at any chance that I get.
so you could just be away from those
Ain't
assholes.
nobody got time for that peasantry bullshit. I'm gonna get me my free drink. I'm gonna get me my meal. I'm gonna put my headphones on.
Maybe that's just the way to go. Maybe it's just like if I do travel, I just maybe gotta make that investment and just get
if
bumped
you
to
do
first.
it once, you will want to do it every time. And so now,
Really?
any chance that I get, if shit, I'm upgrading. Let me
Yeah.
get upgraded. Yep, because you get on the plane first. You get like, instead of peanuts and some little bitch ass crackers, you get a meal. Like you get like a full ass salad and
ice cream and
Oh my God. And free alcohol. Let me tell you, I start off with three tequilas.
What?
3 tequilas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free alcohol.
Excuse
And it's unlimited. You just keep mixing shit up.
I can just slam margaritas all the entire flight. That's
I did mimosas because I learned
That's
at the
robbery.
I was jacked. Like
Wow.
high altitude and drunkenness, you will be the happiest person in the world.
I never got drunk on a plane, but I would at first for sure.
It's so great. It's
Yeah.
I think everyone should try it, you know. I really do.
Everyone should get shit faced at least once flying. It changes things.
It really does.
I
It
don't know.
makes a difference international for sure and long distance.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my sister lives in the Netherlands. So, you know, if I ever do visit her, yeah, I'm like, listen, if I'm going to be traveling for that long, if I'm going to be in business or coach, I'm going to murder somebody. Somebody's going to get thrown off a plane, like in very high altitude. I wouldn't care.
Then just do business because business will be fine. It's not.
Business is fine. It's like, it's 2 seats per row, right? Or per section, I guess.
It depends on the plane and it depends on the plane. Going.
Yeah, I just need elbow room. I know it's toxic, but sometimes I man spread. I'm sorry. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to work on it.
Spread? What the fuck does that mean?
What do you mean? Like my legs are like bowed like this. Like you're supposed to have your legs like this.
Such a term.
Man spread. They go this way. And like every time I go on a date or if I'm with my friends or anything, like, dude, like can you just shift some room for you? It's just like, listen, like sometimes I just don't remember and I just don't think about it because I don't know. Like I have ADHD. I don't know. Like maybe I just need that like space. I need people like within an arm length away. Don't touch me. You know?
So cool thing. So a lot of the people that I know that are like huge mermaid fans were asking, will we have, and I know everyone's like, from what I've learned, you don't do it on your first film, you do it on your second one. Everyone has been asking, can we buy the necklace Erzulie has? Can we buy any spells that they say? Can we buy, like people want to buy because mermaids, I mean, why not? But people representation is so big. They're like, I want a little black mermaid doll, or I want a little black mermaid, like a necklace or something with Erzulie. Because the fact that, first of all, this goes to the way that who created the artwork for Erzulie.
Emil did.
Fucking amazing. Because I remember looking at it, I'm like, this
It looked like me. Yes.
I was like, oh my God, this looks like me. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, it was so amazing. But people want stuff like that. My bestie is telling me, she's like, I want all of the things. So whenever you guys have like, I want a pillowcase, I want a hoodie. She was like, I want bracelets, I want charms, I want, what else did she say? Like, I don't know, like coffee mugs, maybe like a replica of the jewelry she wears, even like the little, like, she's like,
the crystals
do you guys have
and
like
all that?
kit?
Yeah.
She's like, would you guys be interested in like selling like a little kit so little people can like call Erzulie if they want? So instead of like a Ouija board, it's like a
kit.
Yeah, you can conjure Erzulie kind of thing. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring that up because I would want one.
That's great. Yeah. No, it's on my mind for sure.
Layla's coming in with the business ideas. Jesus,
yes.
Merchandising. But
that's good because the thing is, we've already been doing merchandising for Get Reelisms, so I have practice.
That's right.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be too hard for me to figure out.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Actually, I like it. Rogan,
I love it.
Our talented Camille on that for sure. Yeah, no, I want to, I want, I have many big ideas for, like, I really want to do a comic series, for like a comic strip series with the different, I think it could go episodic. I think obviously it's going to go several different, not seasons, what am I, this is the first, it's not episode, what's the next sequel? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Yeah. use
Oh,
my
yeah.
words. Yeah, so it's gonna have that. So we wrote it with intention that, like, I one day would love to see little girls dress up for Halloween like Erzulie.
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
And if not
Yeah.
this one, the next one, if this blows up, when this blows up, then we plan on having international mermaids, and they're going to. It's cool because Camille and I have the same vision, even though we haven't really talked through it very much. But like, we want mermaids to represent the environment that they are from, right? So you'll have like the tropical mermaid, and maybe they embody, their tails are like the whatever fish that there are, like they are there.
Ooh, a
and, like,
Mediterranean mermaid.
different
Let's do it.
Colors. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely have that in our idea, because it's right for that. It's, you have 7 sisters, right? Yeah.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Fun
So
fact. People.
fun fact.
Oh shit.
Yes. And so,
Yes.
and was it 4 husbands or 3 husbands?
She's got
Oh, right.
3 husbands because she wears 3, and I
3
was like, oh
husbands.
my god, this is why I need to be her, because 3 is like 3 is like my life number. That is like my number. And the fact that they're like, yeah, she's got 3 husbands, she's got 3 rings, because one of them is like the god of the ocean, the god of fire, and the god of something else that was like super powerful. Those are her 3 husbands.
Perfect.
Like
Love it.
Erzulie, shit, man. She got 3 men,
3 men's.
right?
3
Boys,
men's.
3 boy toys. Or just
mens.
happen to be gods.
Yes. She's got herself some mans, you
Yeah.
know? So
she's got some mans.
Mhm.
That's funny.
that's why, oh my god, I'm super excited for this. Like I have been just waiting to hear more and more about it, and every time I watch it, like different things that you guys change, I just get chills and I start crying like a baby back bitch.
Yeah, there's little this
I
time
cry too.
around,
I love it. I love this story.
I'm excited for people to, because I was able to do a live session with Jeff, who did our sound design, and sit in there and nitpick little bits and being like, all right, I want her voice to fly here. And so it is mixed in 5.1. So hopefully in the theater, you'll be able to hear like the voices travel. And yeah, so that's the cool part. That
I still have that, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember when you were like, think of something that you can say that Erzulie would say, like a spell. And I actually found it's like a call. It's a spell. I don't even know if it's really a spell, but it's called a call to elements. So she literally calls, she's like, call the air, I'm calling water, I'm calling earth, and I'm calling fire, which is funny because 3 of those are her husband.
Yeah.
So she calls the elements and she's like, you come to me. And I remember when Christine was like, yeah, that would be great. And I was sending it to her. And then I was like, I think it would be better if I translated this spell into Creole. So I translated it. God, that took me a while. I had someone help me, but we translated it into Creole. So when she speaks it and she's in the water in that scene, she speaks it in Creole. So yeah.
I love it.
That's
I think that's
awesome.
so cool. Do you remember how to say it?
I know it's Erdante Erdife. I have it. Where is it at?
Find it real quick, because we'll use that as our little call, like our landing.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm on my phone and I gotta
Find it, but find
Your
it.
phone? You're using your phone right now for Instagram.
Yeah.
But no, I love that. I loved when I was recording the audio for it in David's room, and I was like getting really, or was it? No, it was in the closet. Was it in Darren's closet that we did that?
Yeah, I was in his closet.
Yeah, and it was just
That's awesome.
powerful. I was like getting really into it. I did not know she was calling her husbands. That's pretty badass.
Yeah. So it's called the invocation of the elements. She says, air, fire, water, earth, elements of my astral birth. I call you now, attend to me. In this circle, rightly cast, set free from psychic curse or blast, I call you now, attend to me. From cave and desert, sea and hill, by wand, blade, cup, and pentacle, I call you now, attend to me. This is my will, so mote it be. So you say that whenever you're in a situation and you are calling the earthly elements to guide and protect you, and you can use that as your power whenever something bad is happening to you.
I had no idea that was a real fucking thing. When you
It's
said
a real
on
thing.
set, I was like, does she know some
Yeah.
like Darth Raki shit from Game of Thrones? How the fuck did she know this? Like, how did you just turn into a completely different person? I'm like,
Yeah, and I have
who
it.
is this?
Still in Haitian Creole.
Yeah, say it.
That's
Can
nuts.
you say it for us?
I'm gonna try to see if I can say it right. Oh shit, I'm probably gonna screw this up because I'm like, oh man, Haitian people, please don't murder me for this. Okay, so it's Erdife, I think it's Dilo Late, Il Manani Sans Astral, Muen Rele Ukunye Ale Al Nan Muen, Sote Nan Lame Dese, Twa Wuka Atimon, Pagode la Ralosh, A Pentak, Muen Rele Ukunye Ale Anan Wan, Saase Valonte Mi Consal Diweya. And I probably said that.
That's
completely.
fucking awesome. No,
At the
that's
time,
rad.
I had it, but yeah, fuck yeah.
I have, yeah, we have the recording of it.
Mhm.
I should release just that recording.
can't wait to hear it.
It's
Yeah.
so it feel you.
It's kind of
It's one of those
scary.
things that you feel it.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
it is. It's like, okay, someone really fucked up. Like,
It's like, it's like some Pan's Labyrinth shit, like when
Yeah.
the
Oh,
fawn is
man.
like talking in the background. It's like, yeah, it's like, holy shit. Ah!
yeah,
I love that. I love that.
if somebody
Yeah.
fucked up, somebody fucked up.
So we've done an hour and a half, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready to take this bad boy for a landing?
Yeah.
Let's
Let's do it.
fucking do this. Layla, thank
Star
you.
Cruiser.
Thank you.
Crap.
Thank you so much. Let's crash this plane, please.
Star
Uh,
Cruiser.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Get Reelisms podcast. Please go on ErzuliFilm.com for the previous episodes of the podcast, especially for season 3 of Erzulie. And yeah.
And also you have to go on there because you had to sign up, because we're going to do monthly giveaways from the people who sign up for like a free download pass when the iTunes comes out.
Yes.
There's probably some giveaways from local businesses that are sponsoring us, and it's only going to continue to increase in frequency as we get closer and closer to the release date in
I'm
June.
excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and we are going to do a series of very special exclusive events. And by special, I mean we're doing one in selected cities. So I know Shreveport will be one. We're definitely going to do one in Austin, and New Orleans is one of our other spots, and then some other selective places. But we're not going to do like there's 5 places in Austin. No, there's one big event. It's not going to be your typical film screening where you go into a theater and that's it. This is a party. So we're going to have mermaids there. We're going to have a lot of our cast and crew show up to answer questions and talk and whatever. So definitely go and sign up there, because you're going to know when the different events are and how you can get into them, because it's going to be extremely limited and exclusive, and you will be the first people to watch it before it even comes out on video on demand and everything. So
Yes, come support us, because this cast is amazing. The crew is even more amazing, and they put their heart and soul into this, and they kill bad shit in like a year.
and you get to see Leila as Erzulie, and she's amazing in it. I'm not just saying, like, so many people who have been able to see it they've just commented that like Erzulie was one of their favorites in terms of just captivating. So thank you for bringing her to life.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity, because that's amazing for me.
Yeah. ErzuliFilm.com, guys.
ErzuliFilm.com. And listen, do we need to say this every single episode, ladies and gentlemen? GetReelisms.com. Pick up your book now. Don't be an asshole. Get it. Just do it. Buy it. Get the poster right behind Christine right there. Get the t-shirt. Support the show. that means a lot to us, especially to those who have been watching this for a long time. I know who you are. Go buy a book. Go get a poster. Go get a shirt. GetReelisms.com.
Support your independent filmmakers.
Support your independent filmmakers.
Yeah.
Look out for the Erzulie film
Yes.
screenings.
It
Check
actually
out
makes
on
a difference.
ErzuliFilm.com.
That's the biggest thing. It makes a difference. Like every person who signs up, I personally see who signs up. So I'm like, oh, Carl signed up today. Like, and it makes my day. It makes my day knowing that people give a shit, you know, because like this is grassroots. We're not like, we don't have giant ass teams going out and putting events and stuff like that. It's literally just us. And so it's, if you really want to make a difference in the independent film community and to make the cast and crew feel supported, this is the way to do it, is to show up. It's
This is
to
the way.
sign up. It's to
This is the way.
share any kind of our marketing media that comes out, because you guys are the ones that are going to make or break this film, really, which you
That's
have
right.
seen. You made it possible by coming and donating to our Kickstarter, for buying food and stuff through Amazon for our cast and crew that we ate every single darn thing. There was nothing left over. I think we had like one case of Powerade. I think that literally was it.
Oh yeah, like it was like the powder too.
Yeah. Like we
Yeah.
didn't, like it was that well calculated that every little bit was put to use. There was no waste whatsoever.
Yeah, we appreciate the hell out of everyone who sent something in.
We appreciate it so much. And I can't, it's like I said, I was making the credits, and like every time I watch the credits, I start crying, because it's just like all these people who believe in us and who helped us make this possible. Like, we just hope that this party, these exclusive parties that we throw, and then finally leading to the release of the film, will make you guys proud of the time and effort and the collaborative community that made this possible at all. So like,
Yeah,
can't thank
Shout out
you
to
guys
you guys.
enough. Yeah, shout out to you guys for making this possible. And that's this film. I want this to be a cult classic, guys. So it's not a film that you're supposed to be like, oh, it's going to win the Oscars, and like, no, this is like, I'm gonna get lit and laugh and like play a drinking game watching this thing and see some killer, amazing women like kick ass.
I miss my cat so much. I love you girls. I love you ladies. I miss y'all. Y'all are my
good
heart.
yes, and friendships, and it's everything fun that you want for the summer. So come out and support, and thank
We
you
gotta
guys
make a
so
coloring
much.
book of it too. That'd be badass.
A what book?
A coloring book
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
with like stickers and like scratch and snip shit, kind of like Lisa Frank back in the day.
Oh, that's cool.
Scratch and
That's cool.
I love it.
scratch and snips.
Me
What
too.
is- You'd be like, scratch this one, it smells like the swamp.
This smells like fish.
Fish.
Smell
Ugh,
her
yeah.
scales and stuff.
Yeah, that's been the podcast. And also next week we're gonna have another guest as well. Can we say who?
Yes.
Zoe is gonna be on the podcast next week.
Yay, Zoe.
Super
Yes.
excited.
Our fave.
So stay tuned next week on the 27th. Yes, the 27th of
I will be tuning in.
February's. Yes. And Leila's going to be there to comment and talk shit. This is what we do. We love this. Thank you again, Leila. No, we really appreciate
You're welcome,
you being on the
guys.
podcast. And again, you have free reign to come by and stop by and just like text me and be like, hey, send me the Zoom link. I'm getting on the podcast this week. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready. So we're ready
Yeah.
for anybody to come on, and we would love for you to come back as well. GetReelisms.com, ErzuliFilm.com. All the previous episodes are going to be there. Yeah, and also, you guys, it's a great fucking journey to see from the first episode of this season, especially in the beginning of this quarantine, where
yeah.
Christine and I had no fucking clue what was going to happen in our future. And
No.
then, lo and behold, fucking Christine made a creature feature. And she literally, beginning of the pandemic, she was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think this is the end of my life. I think this is it. It's just going to be me and this podcast. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just like, well, not so fast.
Yes, Courtney's
So-
also going to be on the podcast. Which day
And
is she
Courtney
coming?
as well.
Wait, I was like, oh,
Yes.
is she on? Oh, hi, Courtney.
Yes, Courtney, who plays our lead, Wendy. She's going to. Is she right after Zoe?
No, she's going to be on the
she's like
13th
the
of
third.
Okay,
March.
cool. That's gonna be
Yes.
crazy because
gonna be
I
fun.
might be on the podcast in Morocco. So we'll see what
You know
happens.
what? Rub it in.
I know. Yeah. That's fine. Cool. International lady, fucking Christine Chen, ladies and gentlemen. That's been the Get Reelisms podcast. I gotta go because I have to pee.
Me too.
So we
Love
are gonna
you.
see you
Thank
guys next
you.
week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys so
Goodbye.
much.
Hi, Courtney. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
We'll
See
see
you
you on the
guys.
podcast.
See you on the
ErzuliFilm.com,
pod.
guys.
Thank
See
you
you at the
guys.
party.
Bye.